Hello, everyone. On today's IRS tax refund update, as we start off 2023, there are still millions still waiting on their tax refunds from 2022. So we'll take a look at those who are still waiting on theirs. We'll also check in on some of those recent notices the IRS has been sending out to taxpayers, still waiting to have their returns processed as well. Meanwhile, the countdown has begun to the start of the 2023 tax season. So we'll check in on the latest, including a major reversal by the IRS on one important tax rule that was expected to have caused major issues for millions. Now, as of this recording, it has been over 2 weeks since the IRS has last issued a report on the tax return backlog, and there's a chance they will no longer issue any additional updates as they prepare for the start of the new tax season. So we'll continue to monitor that. But as of the latest update, there were still 2.5 million unprocessed tax returns remaining. Based on the latest processing trends, we're going to estimate there are still roughly 1.2 million e-file and paper returns that still need to be processed, and should be around the 500,000 mark once the new tax season starts. For those of you waiting on those amended returns to be processed, we did get reports from several of our viewers who reported that their amended returns were adjusted at the end of the year, as confirmed by the amended refund status trackers seen here. At this point, we're estimating there's still about 500,000 unprocessed amended returns still remaining, and those will in fact not be completed until February or March based on the current processing trends. Now, turning to the 2023 tax season, as we're still waiting word from the IRS when it will officially begin, though it is widely expected to be either January 23rd or 30th, with the tax season officially ending on April 18th. Now, the schedule seen here is a general idea of when you may receive your refund based on when you file. However, while the refund schedule may be accurate for some, as we saw in 2022, it will clearly not be the case for everybody. And as we previously reported, the IRS is already warning taxpayers of refund delays this year. Now, the delays we see this year will include those waiting on the IRS to process their employer's wage information. Now, this led to massive delays and was a key problem in 2022. Now, that is because the IRS must verify the wages you entered on your tax return versus what your employer is reporting. So, the IRS must process the information from your employer's quarterly tax returns. So, this is one instance where taxpayers have done everything right and are waiting on the IRS to do their part. Also, a number claiming EITC will undergo audit even if you've been claiming the same dependent for years. For you early filers claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit or Child Tax Credit, please remember the IRS by law cannot process your tax returns until mid-February. We've been getting viewer questions already asking about this, and yes, it is true, and as a result of the PATH Act, which requires verification of those claiming those specific tax credits. Realistically, we expect those refunds stemming from EITC and CTCs to start going out in late February, but most likely early March as a result. So again, do keep it in mind if you plan to file early this tax season. Now, while the review is to determine eligibility, there will be some of you who will face an audit as a result of claiming EITC or the child tax credits due to billions of improper EITC payments being paid out in 2021. We've seen an increase of audits in 2022 as a result, and we'll continue to see that in 2023. So it is highly recommended you prepare documentation the IRS may need to complete an audit as a result of EITC or CTC, including birth certificates and documents showing your dependent lives with you, such as school records. One potential problem that was facing this tax season that has been delayed until at least next year had to do with those 1099-K forms. Now, this was something set to impact millions and affected those of you who earned over $600 from online sales, with transactions taking place on PayPal, Venmo, Etsy, and eBay. The IRS has decided to hold off on the new requirement as it was becoming very clear and as we reported the huge problems it was going to cause this year. So for now, the old rules remain in place, which means only taxpayers who have earned over $20,000 and had more than 200 transactions will receive a 1099-K and need to report that as income. So again, this is a huge relief to many who were facing the fact of reporting online sales as income this year under those new rules. As more of those tax returns are processed and refunds issued, come additional reports of adjusted refunds, and those impacted will receive a CP12 notice in the mail, just like this, detailing the exact reason why the refund was reduced. Millions of taxpayers in 2022 received this notice who were claiming the child tax credit, and that had to do with listing the improper amount of advanced child tax credit payments they received for tax year 2021. Unfortunately, either due to the wrong bank account information listed on their tax returns or a since closed bank account, taxpayers who set up to receive direct deposit have had that refund returned to the IRS. If that is the case for you, the IRS will issue you a paper check as a result, usually within 30 days of receiving that refund back. They will also issue out the CP53 Notice as seen here, and that will also appear as 971 on your tax transcript, along with a refund return code. Thank you to all our viewers who watched this channel over the course of 2022. was a very long year for many, and especially those who continue to wait for their refunds. Due to the lack of coverage on refund delays by the news and online media, we posted these updates throughout the year and will continue to do so in this new year. In the meantime, we'll keep monitoring the situation for further information, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.